On this episode of Tales from the Crib, the Eagles, trash. The Miami Hurricanes, trash. Thank you, Lord, for not giving me no more heartache and giving the Philadelphia Eagles a bye week. But that's enough about that. It's back to Tales from the Crib. So I need you to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, comment below, tell us how much you love us, because you know we love y'all. But it's time to get spooky, y'all. We got two of the bad villains out. Evil Chucky and the mummified mummy. Hey. It's Tales from the Crib, y'all. Episode number 76. Hottest podcast.
And I can't breathe.
You better take that mask off before you faint, because I ain't catch you.
I look like a Russian general.
Oh, gosh.
I'm digging this music, though.
I'm loving it. You know, we're looking like the hottest podcast in Texas, hottest podcast in the world, number one from the facts, number one for having them facts.
And the number one for going on random rants.
Hey.
But are you ready for this episode to start?
I've been
We
ready.
did another episode another day. My co-host said it was the worst episode I have ever done in my life.
He was giving
So
me
the
more
message is loud and clear. You will not be allowed to talk this episode. Because we don't care about your opinions. We care about Papa Oblak Chico Grande, baby.
Nobody cares about that. But what they do care about is following us on Twitter. I'm Fearless Supreme 305.
And I'm at Papa Oblak on Twitter. You need to like, comment, subscribe. It's the only thing that helps this channel
Hey.
and helps us grow.
You know what else helps us grow? Checking out our playlist.
Yeah, let me get off screen real quick. We got a new playlist. So we got TFTC Music Makes number 3. And we almost got 1,000 views on that. So
Hey.
you definitely need to check that out.
And I love the support. You know, I really appreciate it. We adding music to it every chance we get. Also, I'm gonna need y'all to hop on Instagram, check out Tales from the Crib 210, and follow us.
They need to do it all. As you can see here, I had to get rid of that ridiculous hat. And it's time to go to the couch announcements. And these headphones are bugging me, so you know it's time to switch those. But do you got any announcements, co-host?
Of course, I got some announcements. You already know the clips page is booming. I've been working on my thumbnail game. You know, I got it looking right. I got the TFTC gaming page. He don't do nothing. All he do is play with his thumbs. I do all the work. It's like 90% Jesse J, 10%, 5% Gavin. The other 5%, we let go and let God deal with it.
First of all, that's a lie. You know that, the creative genius is all right here. And now I can hear great. I got my beautiful headphones in, so I am ready. And if you watch our other channel, you'll know that my co-host is absolutely lying through his teeth. Because on Crib Reactions, he did a video with our homeboy Seth, Real Good _ Doty, NFL Brutal Hits. It went triple cardboard, and the editing on that video was absolutely horrendous. And you know who wasn't there? This guy. So if that answers any of your questions, that tells you everything you need to do. But Crib Reactions is absolutely destroying the world. We got almost 3,000 subscribers, man. It's blowing up.
All I gotta say is they hated on Jesus too, but look at this. He turned water to wine. They gonna love me one day.
Oh, and we also had to cancel the original recording of this episode because my co-host's costume. He was Werewolf Jesus.
That was Werewolf Batman.
Jesus. He was Werewolf Jesus Batman. It was too much, and he got too into character, and it kept on going every minute and a half.
That pretty little kitty cat. You a hater.
No one wants that cat. But we had to tone him down, and we made him show his face. So we got. What are you? Are you the mummy from the cereal?
Listen here, I'm a mummy.
What is it? Are you Boo Berry?
Fire. I'm Blueberry.
But check out all of our videos on Crib Reactions. They're blowing up. We did the Creed 3 trailer. We did Seth's pick, Hoodlum, Brown in America. And I went off on that episode.
And we did Kelly Clarkson featuring Dwayne Johnson. My pick. I love it. You love it.
We know you love the Johnson. But let's move on from that and get into the show. It's time to get the show started because no one cares what you think. We're here for the Kardashians. Are y'all here for it? We got Kim Kardashian wants to turn her mother's hip bones into jewelry, and her mom suggests her ashes be placed in necklaces.
That's disturbing. That's disgusting. I mean, like, I understand you're a Kardashian and like you wanna be here for the rest of eternity, you know, just to pick on us little people. But you know, enough is
No,
enough.
that's
You
some
know,
voodoo stuff.
do you think so?
Would you be wearing any
Chicken bones? I don't even eat chicken because of chicken bones. I eat chicken breasts. And ain't no girl coming over here making no spaghetti.
Comment.
And no girls coming over here making no spaghetti. I ain't got time for it.
No, my co-host
I ain't
they
got
never makes them make the spaghetti sounds.
Ain't no soul tie.
It sounds
What?
like that pasta could use some more water, if you know what I mean.
Pause. Oh my god, you crazy.
That pasta's dried out like my co-host's costume.
See, I got it from Target. I did the best I get.
No, it's a mummy. Their costume is great, but I meant to say it's dried out like a mummy.
Pause. Well, you know what's not dried out?
This clip, so let's play it.
Is amazing.
Kim asked the doctor to save her my bones so she can make jewelry out of it.
Like what kind? That's weird.
It's creepy.
Remember when
It
you
is
wanted your
creepy.
ashes, you wanted to be cremated and made into necklaces?
That's
for
a
us?
great idea.
That's weird.
No, it's not.
I don't even know why we need to get buried. In the Bible, it says we can't get cremated, but I just want to be cremated. But like, why can't we?
No, Kylie doesn't want me to be cremated.
You know what I would do if something happened to you?
You should turn
I
me
would
to.
have- I would give
you
you-
turn me to a diamond necklace, and I'd be the reason why you get all the females
no.
because you need me.
No, I would tell you what I would do. Is I would what is it called? What were they just saying about the dust?
Cremated.
Cremated. Yes, I would get you cremated, and
To
then I would
what?
put you in one of those like hourglass things that you flip, and so that you would go through.
You gonna
And
torture
then-
me my whole life?
No. Because then whenever I would tell someone that, oh, I'll be back in an hour and I'll turn this, it'll give me 3 hours worth of time. That's how long it takes the dust to get through.
You trying to have your CP time?
Yes. My co-host runs about 2 to 3 hours late. So
Listen here, man.
I'm imagining that your ashes would run that late too.
I mean, since you turning me in items, let me think. What would I turn you into?
A skateboard.
A coffee table.
No.
Yes, so I can put my foot on top of you every time I watch football.
Oh, you know what? We might have to put out the other episode so you could also search for my recycled jokes from my co-host because I said that in the unaired episode. We're gonna save that one for Patreon.
What?
It's the episode where I was falling asleep.
Yeah, he was horrible. He was trash. He was worse than Russell Westbrook in Game 2 versus everybody.
He was worse than Russell pulling up in the me. I was worse than Russell pulling up for no reason from
It was like-
mid range
it was
and
like
breaking the side of the backboard.
It was like I was watching semi-pro.
We
He
were
was
gonna get
trash.
more into the Laker hate later, even though I love the Lakers, but I completely understand.
But what's up
the
with
Laker
the? I
hate
mean,
right
like,
now.
so I mean, how? I just want to know how come the Kardashians always have something like. I don't. My life is boring compared to this. Every time I
They
turn around,
film their whole life.
it's like my life. Your life can't be that interesting. Like every day is something.
I mean, maybe eventually we'll get to the point where we talk about ourselves instead of talking about other people.
We'll never get to that point. This
Start
world is doomed.
vlogging.
That'd be fire.
Today we went to Arby's for the 5th time this month.
Fifth time this week.
This is creepy. We don't expect anything less from the wicked witch.
I just
of
want
the
to see
West.
Rob. Where's Rob at? He's the only right
They
now. He's the only.
banished him
They
'cause he
probably-
was a male.
They probably turned him to a necklace.
Disrespect. I don't know. They got he got in that whole thing with Black China, and they're like, "You brought shame to this family," and then they locked him back up. Who knows even if he's still alive? We pray for you, Rob.
Look at that. They replaced Rob and got Travis Barker out there, and I think we're gonna forget about it. But we
It would have been
remember.
better if they would have got Travis Porter. What you were saying, but
Speaking of groups,
But speaking of Three Amigos, we got the
Ooh.
Migos.
looks like Migos is out here doing a little campaign run. They hopped on Drink Champs to speak to
Everyone's
Nori.
going on the Drink Champs run is getting annoying.
You think so? You thought? I mean, we still have a lot more people that haven't been on Drink Champs.
You know,
I still want to see Jay-Z on Drink Champs. I want to see Meek Mill on Drink Champs.
and they're like, "Oh, we didn't win awards." It's like, because y'all aren't great interviewers. You just get people drunk and sit there and nod, and then let them go the f off and bury themselves.
Listen here,
That's what happens on their show for the most part.
I will always remember the number one funniest episode of Drink Champs is when they had Fabulous there, Jada Kiss, and Diddy, and then it was like, "Oh, you like to party, huh?" He was like, "Oh yeah, we like to party when when we with Diddy, we go to those real parties.
Pool boy parties.
Hey, you know, White Coat Cyrus might be the, you know, if Wildcats.
Getting tips. I heard he needs extra
He got
tips.
that Orlando Brown.
I heard Drake kicked him out of the doghouse.
Oh, Lord.
But it looks like that they were talking, and this is their thoughts on not having Takeoff on the album.
Offset?
Or Offset, yeah, sorry. It happens. Takeoff, Offset, Takeoff, landing.
Or anything get in the way, you gotta just sometimes just sit back and just watch what's going on and just see what's wrong. You know what I mean? If anybody was wrong, niggas would be all alone, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, niggas got problems
They wouldn't
that
do
need to
nothing.
fix. And shit, this don't got nothing to do with no lawsuit. And you know, P and Coach, they changed my life.
For sure, for sure.
And
I love them.
even when we got to that, when we got to that point when we felt like we had to get a lawsuit, I felt like that wasn't right.
Wait,
feel me?
lawsuit with who? Or?
With the QC and everything,
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So, just like when you go back and just sometimes realize how when the nigga do something good, when nigga do something great, you got to appreciate that shit and keep going. You got to keep moving. Sometimes when you see bad seeds, you got to remove yourself from that shit and goddamn keep
If it
going.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
You feel me?
And like I said, like movie, I mean, your life like a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like a book. Like I said, like people
This is a
that's
new chapter. You like Kevin Durant?
I understand what they saying. It's about loyalty, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, they got Offset looking like a fool. He out here walking around with his pants on the ground. When little baby come around, he be tiptoeing.
Why?
Because, you know, I feel like word is that, you know, 4PF, little baby is beefing with Offset.
Yeah.
And the Migos really not really backing them up like that. They came out with the straight, like, what's that, straight?
Well, because wasn't little baby rumored to be with Sweetie too?
Yeah, but, you know, he's smacked. He squashed those
she's
rumors.
been all around QC.
She pass around.
Just-
Nah.
When is her trip to Tales from the Crib? When is she coming?
Oh, man. Hey, comment below.
I want some of that sweetie sauce. Extra sauce.
You want her doing that Jack Harlow sauce?
No. You're the one that wants that KFC gravy.
Yo. Nah, but
Extra chunky.
but I mean, honestly, like, I just hope they get back together because you don't think so? You don't want them to get back together?
They're done.
I mean, remember the solo albums came out. They all dropped their solo albums, and now they got the duo album. So,
they ain't as strong as
so
BTS.
what would you? So what would you? What would
They
you?
don't have that real
What would you rather
brotherly
have?
love.
You would rather have the group, the duo, or the solo tapes? Because you got to get one of the three.
I would rather have solos or the group.
True.
I don't care for this Unk and Few. Get the Few out of here.
True that. And then on top of that, I like how they try to spin it around and then ask them about what I think it was about who they rather choose, Nikki or Cardi B.
Oh yeah. So they're like, oh, we're not petty, but you know what? Nicki's way better than Cardi B, but we're not petty.
I think. Do we have a clip of that?
Oh yeah, I think we do. And what's this fool's name? This the bald head dude.
DJ FNN from Miami. Don't disrespect the GOAT. He DJ from Miami. He used to DJ with DJ Khaled back in the day.
He looks like a DJ Khaled.
Pause.
But
Oh yeah, the verses. You know, you got Takeoff says he would reunite Migos for a trio versus if the check was right. Now, do you think the Migos in the verses is worth it?
no, because they said they want to do a versus against any OGs, and
Yeah, that's true.
and beyond that, I don't know if there's anyone that has multiple people that would challenge them besides classic groups.
Yes, true. I mean, all you really got is Ray Shrimmer. Who else you
I
got?
don't even know, they're not even active.
Yeah. Who else?
That's what I'm saying. There's like no groups right now. It's everyone. The people are like single artists, and if they're a group, it's like they do music with their friends, but that's like features. They're not like a group.
True that.
They were like an actual group.
Okay, then so if you had to do all groups, you got and comment below. Who is somebody y'all like to see Migos with, but go against? But you got Outkast, you got Player Circle with 2 Chainz and his homeboy.
the guy
I forgot his name.
he's like the forgotten Destiny Child member.
Who else? What other groups we got? Travis Porter. That'd be a fire.
Travis Porter I like listening to him coming up. Like I listened to them way more coming up, and then the Migos. I always thought they were okay. And then when Fredo Santana snatched their chain and they didn't do nothing about it, I was like, these dudes ain't it. And look, I mean, they're all frail. They ain't beating up nobody.
That's why they need Offset. That's why when Offset went to jail, they had to show their loyalty because they already knew if anything came down, Offset was the one that's gonna lay that falcon punch from God.
And Offset don't even know how to fight. I'm pretty sure that Cardi B can throw better punches than Offset. So that's who on my pick on the
Cardi B. You know she did beat that. She did win that lawsuit case against them 2 girls at the strip club.
Oh yeah, she beat those 2 girls up and she made them like it, and then she sued him for defamation.
One of them was 6ix9ine's
baby mama.
I mean girlfriend, not baby mama, girlfriend.
Man.
But
I want to see like all he does now that 6ix9ine, since he came out as a rat and no one messed with his music after that.
He just messed with Steve Will Do It all day.
He just is like Steve Will Do It's like
tagging along.
Yeah, like that's crazy. But I don't understand because Steve Will Do It will like, oh, let's go racing, and he's like, all right, I bet $50K on this race, and it's like, where are you getting the $50K from?
I mean, Fifi's still playing.
No, his music isn't circulating. They banned him from all the
the
public playlists.
He gets paid overseas.
That makes sense. The people that play soccer are the people that listen to 6ix9ine.
Man, we need to listen to what Takeoff had to say about
fake
this.
sports with fake music. I'm sorry if you're an offended soccer fan, then I didn't really want you as a subscriber anyway. We don't support soccer at all. Soccer is not a real sport.
I'm a block on it today.
Soccer's like dodgeball. Are you state champion in dodgeball? Who cares?
He said he going wild this episode.
It's a child sport. But let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
I want to see what they bring.
Name who y'all think could versus with us, but not.
Or someone you would have fun going up against.
You can't do OGs. You can't do OGs. We not going.
You want it to be
no OGs.
And we can't do a Migos reunion just for one versus. No, that's not gonna happen. I'm asking.
Huh?
Nah, not for one versus.
If the check right.
Okay, if the check right. Nikki or Cardi B? This is mad. I'm taking a shot.
These sinister legend shit,
You don't even know what to say.
I'm gonna say Nikki.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing though. That's crazy.
See, now, and they just continue to apart. See, I thought it was about unity. I thought it was trying to bring female rappers together. Yeah, trying to stay dividing them.
I mean, we covered how Nicki's attacked every artist, so I mean, it makes sense why Nicki's gonna beef with her. But Cardi B, she's taking over and they're upset.
You think so? I mean, even though she doesn't really hasn't made a song in a while. I mean, she hasn't made an album in a while. She hasn't made an album
in like 2-3 years, but she was popping out kids.
True. She was popping on.
She was. I mean, I don't know. Is there a better way to say it?
And then I really don't know if they really picked Nicki over, like, I don't know if they picked Nicki over Cardi B just because they beefing with Offset. You know, Offset goes
well, I mean, if you look at her catalog too, Nicki's had how many albums? Cardi B's literally had one album. So, I mean, even if you're just looking at stats as a stat person, you would have to say Nicki. But the one weird thing is that, like, Cardi B broke a lot of records with her one album. Like she even knocked Nicki off a lot of her records.
But if you don't write your records, are you really better? So are you saying is Drake better than Jay-Z?
Yes. Because Jay-Z needs someone to write his records. Because then if someone wrote his records, maybe would actually listen to him. I saw a thing where it was a meme today, and people used to get so mad when Wayne would hop on a beat. Mm-hmm. And like, oh, who hopped on a beat? I know they ain't gonna do it like I do it. And then they hear the lighter. And they're like, no, it's my song. It's my song. And they said that Jay-Z even said that he went and had to think to himself, like, do I need to retire? Once he heard Wayne do one of his, I forget one of his big songs, but you know how Wayne used to destroy everyone's song? And that used to almost got in a fight with someone because they thought that, what was it? I think like Wayne redid Hard in the Paint or one of Waka Flocka's big songs. And they're like, oh, I know that song. I didn't know Waka did a remix. And I was like, I will choke you, slam you right now. If you don't know anything at all, know that this is Waka's song.
I remember that back in the day. Then we diversion off, but before we go, I seen this TikTok video that's going viral of they were saying like at not one point in the rap game that Jay-Z ever was number one. That's like ever since '96 they had it was like the DMX dropped like 2 platinum albums. Then after DMX it was Eminem. Then after Eminem it was 50 Cent. Then after it was DMX.
I mean, I never
Then
heard
it was
it.
Eminem and it was Ludacris. Ludacris had a nice run. Remember when Ludacris came out? And that's when Fast and the Furious came out. So he definitely wasn't dominating. Then 50 Cent came out. Everybody dominated Jay-Z.
But like, no one I ever knew listened to him. Like my whole life.
I listened to Jay-Z.
I mean, I thought that was just to troll me. But I mean, like really, I've never heard a single person ever be excited like for his music. People liked everyone else because I think he's a little too bland. And to me, he was always like mediocre. But if you're mediocre for 15 years, does that make you a GOAT? I mean, I don't understand. I actually thought that he did infomercials for New York City because his only songs were about New York. And I was like, is this dude doing another New York commercial? Like, I'm not going to travel there, Jay-Z. I'm not falling for your traps with you and Alicia Keys.
Poor little mama.
But
She got pushed off the stage.
Jay-Z definitely makes car commercial music. He's another guy that I never care for. Just like Kanye West, you know,
His and all his
flashlights.
deals.
That's a car commercial. That ain't a rap song.
Oh, did you hear that that Kanye West got he was the original person that did Django Unchained. He came up with the idea of Django Unchained. He told them about it and they took the idea and made a
That's
movie.
because Kanye's been chained mentally for years. So he probably had a whole movie play out in his head. And then when that came out, he's like, I've already seen that movie in my brain.
And just like I already seen this next thing coming.
Oh, you know what's freaking me out?
What?
This next picture. This next part of this story with Cardi B. Cardi B won a case. She won a lawsuit. She's so emotional right now.
She won $5 million over a lawsuit. I don't understand how. I guess she won $5 million, by legal fees, because they were suing her.
I mean, look how gangster she used to be. This is like one of her old like love and hip hop mixtapes, and it says Gangster B's Music Volume 1. And then we got my co-host being a munch.
Hey, listen here. If you a baddie and you drinking 40s and you drink Coke 45s, I might slide you my number. I pay your bills. I pay light bill.
That sounds like like next Friday. He was like, you know, I pulled up on Shorty and, you know, she smelled like, you know, 40 but she had some McDonald's and her breath kind of stink a little bit and she had a little pudge, but I just figured that was from drinking 40s and eating burgers. I didn't know she was pregnant.
Oh my God.
That's the type of stuff happens to my co-host.
It happens sometimes, but I mean, you know, congratulations on Cardi B winning this lawsuit. She's winning back-to-back lawsuits. She beat Tasha K with that whole defamation thing. Now she winning this lawsuit. So hopefully we get an album.
The next final one is, will she beat Nikki?
You think so?
Did you see? We've covered it in other episodes. Her and Nikki going back and forth, and they still trolling each other's with their profile pics on Twitters. Like we gotta get celebrity boxing.
Oh, like Celebrity Deathmatch. Remember Celebrity Deathmatch back in the day?
We need to bring back Celebrity Deathmatch. We need someone to animate it.
Or Def Jam Vendetta.
And we'll do the voices.
Or Def Jam Vendetta to the game. Remember that game?
I didn't play it.
You didn't play Def Jam Vendetta with Joe Budden and all? Oh, it was fire. It was
I played what's it called? Super Smash Brothers.
swag compared to that.
I played NBA Street. But you know, I didn't really play NFL Street. I had a couple friends that had it, but I never got into that game.
But you know, I mean, wait, before we move on,
we already moved on.
I guess so. Looks like
The biggest news in the whole world to hit your eardrums. This says the members of BTS will serve in South Korea's military as required by law. They're the second most streamed group in America this year with 1.5 billion streams.
and this is real sad. Like, I never thought that this would happen. Like, I thought BTS would have been with us forever. I thought I would have told my kids that, you know.
Oh, and one thing before we get murdered on the comments, We did a news reaction to this on
Yes,
Crib
check
Reactions,
it
and
out.
my co-host goes, "Oh, they're breaking up for a bit," and like he got 40 comments. They're like, "Do you know what hiatus means? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?"
I mean, I understand what hiatus means, but I mean, when I say breaking up, I really don't mean they breaking up. It's just
It's like what you tell all your girlfriends. We're just taking a break.
I'm telling my secret.
My co-host always breaks up with them right before New Year's and Christmas.
It's
He
almost
gets to avoid all those gifts.
Sometimes you got to, but I mean, I'm back to this. Like, I'm real sad that they have to go. And if you didn't know, in South Korea, you have to
Required military.
You required military, so you have to do it by what, age 30?
Yeah, I think you can postpone it all the way to 30 is the latest.
And since the head of the group,
The Rap Master
RM, since he's the closest, he's going. But I really find it like honorable how all of them are going right now. Like even the younger ones, they're not finna wait. They're not gonna push it back.
Well, basically, we got from the comments that they were saying that they thought they were going to be exempt, and the South Korean military had been kind of going like back and forth and messing with them. So they just said, "F that, we're going to do it our own way." So they all decided to go at once to knock it out, and they're not waiting on any exemptions or anything else. They said, "We're going to knock it out so they can't mess with us anymore." So, kudos to them for just going to knock it out. And since they're all going at once, it'll keep the hiatus at as short as time as possible.
True. And then, and while they're at this hiatus, I want y'all to check out, they got fire songs. If you don't know about BTS, and what I've learned is that they're not just one genre of music. They cover all music.
They do some fire songs. They do some like party songs, some songs that you hear at weddings. They actually, by themselves, because some of them are more into rap, they have some fire, like actually rap kind of drill type of music. So a lot of surprises. They can do basically any genre of music.
Fire, yeah, and their music videos is fire. When they're doing live performances, they always put like 1,010%. Like it's so
it
much.
Reminds you back in the day when you would see like NSYNC and stuff, and they would know all the moves, but the moves that they do make NSYNC look like Boy Scouts.
True that. And then you already know they fan base group, the BTS Army is like
Shout
the
out to
best.
BTS
Shout out to BTS Army, man. We love you guys. We love the support. Y'all really helped us out.
And if you're noticing us from other video, come on over to TFTC Clips.
Like the page, like, subscribe, help us out.
Check it out. And if you're watching this on the regular podcast, y'all are doing a bad job. My co-host had a potty mouth, so our last 2 episodes have been shadow banned, which means we're only getting like 1/10 of the views we normally get. So we're trying to watch our language this episode, even though the Migos started dropping N-bombs 5 minutes in. We're gonna try to get past it.
And I'm gonna try to get past the hurt that my co-host just gave me by spilling out my secret, telling the world how I do girls when it gets close to Christmas. I'm hurt.
Oh, it's not a secret. They're on to you.
I told you I didn't.
I've seen the Facebook conversations. Or the Facebook groups. There's support groups on Facebook.
This is why you don't trust Leos.
Or Cap and Capricorns. But it looks like we got a video of here basically showing how much unity and brotherhood that they have with their group. And, this is the stuff that makes the world go round.
Exactly, because I don't know that many positive people in the world like BTS. You can't play a BT. I'm saying it right now. If you're sad, you having a bad day, you're going to work, you're leaving work, just play some BTS. It's gonna brighten up your day.
You right.
It's gonna get you right,
and it's gonna get you to burn some calories because you're gonna dance your butt off. You might even dance your butt off so much you turn into a zombie.
Oh Lord,
or a mummy.
You got joke, Chucky.
But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next thing. It looks like God. San Diego's ER seeing up to 37 marijuana cases every day, mostly.
And I told y'all, just because everything glitter and gold. I remember when Medical M first came out, people used to go all crazy. Like, oh, we don't want that regular stuff. We want that medical. And I've been telling people like that medical stuff
fries your brain.
It fries your brain. It messes up your body. It's just too much THC. Like 97% THC sounds amazing, but
when you can only use a spoon to eat for the rest of your life, you'll rethink about it because you can't use a fork no more. They got to make your food into mush.
To be screaming out Buttercup. No, I have knocking off horses.
But it said that they transformed it into an unrecognizable product. And I bet you, because it's legal, so they're allowed to experiment. We're like, we're gonna get one that has 50 and one that has 90, and we're gonna see what their baby looks like.
Crazy. And
It's
see,
like Pineapple Express. If you if this one strand met this one strand and if this would be what they birthed.
and the thing, one thing I don't understand. So one thing I don't still understand is how they allow medical stuff, but when like regular people grow it, like in California, have like grow farms, the FDA still comes out and burns the crop.
Well, yeah, because you can't do it independently. You have to have like a license and almost be like like you're producing a product. You have to be regulated. So if you're just doing it in your backyard and then selling outright to the dispensaries or other people that process it, that's a no-go.
You think Texas would ever get a or legalized medical?
I mean, I wish they would, especially for people that need it medically. Like, Texas is a very strict place, but it's also a very veteran filled place. There's a lot of veterans here that are elder and they choose to retire here, and I know that they need it. So if they have back, knee, hip, ankles, all the injuries, even head traumas, that it helps with it. I know it helps with seizures, and
Hopefully it helps Green Bay with they record, because they trash.
Aaron Rodgers needs to go. Maybe Aaron Rodgers needs some of this 98% to blank his mind from the losses. They lost to the freaking Lions.
That's crazy. And then like I never would have thought that would have happened, but I mean, I guess ever since he came out with this whole psychedelics and everybody's doing it, but this medical stuff, I mean, like I told you, ain't nothing better than the good stuff. And I mean, like I know even older people I know, they say even the stuff that we had, that other people smoke that's not medical, even that's too strong. They refer the Reggie Bush.
Oh my God, Reggie Bush doesn't even prefer the Reggie Bush. That's what got his Heisman taken away.
Oh God, you doing too much Reggie Bush?
Yeah, too much Bush. But everything in moderation. Like I even see that the rappers that are on lean.
Mm-hmm.
It really messes up your organs. So try to stay off it. But every once in a while, maybe once a year for your birthday, you can take the walk to Poland.
Man, but speaking of taking a walk, looks like Durk
Took the biggest walk. No longer facing attempted murder charge in ATL. The rapper and late King Von were arrested in 2019 in connection with the shooting outside a nightclub, and it was
I thought it was outside of Varsity, the like burger spot where he chased down, like it was like supposedly like this other Chicago person he was beefing with. But I mean,
the ops were on the block.
But I mean, I kind of understand how they dropped the charges, because they said, oh, it was Durk's car. They saw a handout, but like you still didn't know, like you didn't see a face of who it was. You saw an arm, and you probably saw a dread. So I mean, I understand.
They even had their dreads colored the same. It's like where they put the blonde in it.
Mm-hmm. So you really don't know who it is. So I mean, I guess he got off lucky. But I mean,
we got some other news with this, but it says Fulton County DA says King Von would have been indicted for the 2019 shooting if he was alive. The office has declined to indict Durk Banks, aka Lil Durk, for the February 5th. I'm sorry. Sometimes when I read Durk's name, I still remember when Chief Keef told, Lil Durk told Chief Keef happy birthday, and then Chief Keef was all, thanks Lil Durk.
Durk.
But it said that if he had not passed away, he would have been indicted for this incident. As stated, the motion deciding to indict Mr. Banks, the Atlanta Police Department had evidence to establish probable cause to arrest him. The standard of proof, however, is considerably lower than the beyond a reasonable doubt standard of proof required for trial, which the evidence in this case does not meet. So they basically, you see this all the time, where they basically know someone do it. They have the eyewitnesses, but they can't prove without a reasonable doubt that it was them. So they don't want to risk, the DA doesn't want to risk their shooting percentage, basically, when it comes to their success rate of cases.
True.
So they'd rather just let it go.
They
either do one or two things. They let it go, or they put the case on someone that's passed away, so it could be a closed case, and that can actually count like they finished the case.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the narrative that's going around. Everybody, some people saying, "Oh, Dirk snitched." Like, no, like Dirk didn't. Like, he doesn't have to say, "Oh, yeah, do this, do that." Like, he has a lawyer. The lawyer represents you, and they do
I
everything.
mean, yeah, you can have the lawyers say like, well, what do you say about them? You know, that it was in the car. Where you're like, well, I won't say that it was anyone else, but I'll say it wasn't me. So if there's two people in the car and you're saying it's not you, they're gonna get who it is. But you know, I really wonder how this would have played out if King Von would have been here and still making music, because there was a lot of cases where, even in Chicago cases of people that passed away, but way before, where they would try to put the cases on him. So how much of that do you think is actually real? Because I mean, people knew that he definitely supposedly put in work, but do you believe that everything they're saying about him was true, that he was really out here being treacherous every single day, or do you think they're just trying to get their success rate better?
Nah, I mean, I really feel like he was just a nice guy. He was out there trying to make friends. It was times he'd tweet people and be like, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on with your life? You need some help?"
He was very supportive. I remember when another Chicago rapper that was very big lost his life at the Gucci store, and King Von said, you know, R.I.P. Duck, you know, someone that I really wanted to work up with. I know he looked up to me, so it's very sad that I didn't get to work with one of my biggest fans. So, you know, he was always speaking positive stuff. So you got to shout him out for that. And it's unfortunate that he lost his life in a terrible situation. He had a problem with someone. He beat him up, and someone snuck up behind him because he was beating him up so bad, and shot him. And he tragically did not make it. But, you know, he had some of the biggest albums to ever come out. He put O Block right back on the map once Chief Keef stopped repping O Block. He put O Block right back up there. It's the biggest block in American history. But, you know, this is some crazy things going on.
I mean, yeah, it is crazy, but what's crazier is how fine Lil Durk
Whoa.
lawyer was.
Oh.
What you thought I was gonna say?
Oh my God. I was like, I know we have like favorite musicians and artists, and you're like, it's a shame Vaughn was so fine. I thought that's what you were going with it.
Ain't Aiden Ross to say NLE Chopper video?
He's like, hey, I like the sweatpants print.
Hey, did you see the
Aiden Ross talk about NLE Chopper? It was like, hey bro, you packing.
Nah, but speaking of packing, man, looks like Durk found the right lawyer to get him off the case, because looks like this baddie. I
think this lawyer beat the case and then beat Durk, if you know what I'm talking about.
You know, supposedly she used to date Trouble, the rapper. They said he was one of the girls. They got photos with him and her together. But I mean, hey, you know,
it's unfortunate because Trouble lost his life going to someone's house and their ex came up and popped him.
True. And
so it's
it's
treacherous.
And I'm also happy that hopefully Durk doesn't get involved with like the Chirac indictment that's going on with like Black Ed Benzo's in, because I really I miss Black Ed Benzo music. He was fire.
Yeah, he was
getting cool. Better too.
And he actually talked to me on Instagram. He would respond to what I said. If I would make fun of him, he would never take it that serious, and he would even make a joke about it himself. I'll be like, he would try to post dance moves, and I'll be like, that ain't it. I was like, you need to go back to dance class with Mimo, and he would laugh.
Oh Lord, Mimo trash at dancing too.
No,
but
Mimo could dance.
You think so? He dances like
do be with them steppers on.
He dances like Chris Rock off of New Jack City. But I mean, with this, like, I guess with this lawyer, I don't know what to say about the lawyer. She's so bad.
It would make you want to commit crimes.
Oh, so I ain't trying to get that many crimes. But I mean, I'm glad that Durk isn't involved in this whole thing. Hopefully,
your rapping's a little tight there, mommy.
Hopefully he doesn't get caught in this whole indictment that's going on in Chicago to leave him out of it. But I really don't support people putting bodies on dead people. And I don't support y'all cops doing the same thing too. Like, do your job. Stop snitching.
Yeah, because I've definitely heard some cases where they're like, "Oh, we closed this case. We put on something." I'm like, the whole world knows that this other person did it. Why y'all just don't care?
Yeah, when they don't do no real work.
They don't really care anymore. As long as their paperwork and their stuff, their workload looks right, that's all they care about.
But I mean, that's what everybody in Chicago like gets away with things so much because people sticks. A lot of people don't tell, and then I guess if when you don't tell, you don't find the weapon that was used for the crime. You don't end up like FBG Cash.
You know what's weird is I was watching like sometimes like growing up you might have a parent watch one of those like Datelines or 2020s, and I would always see these people get convicted. They had no evidence, but the jury knew what was up, and they voted him guilty. And then you see other cases where it's like they have them in 4K, full HD, like, and then they're like, they beat the case. They said they didn't have enough evidence. How does this work? Like, I don't understand how the pendulum swings so much. How do people get convicted with no evidence, and then people that are on a camera where they like basically say their name before they commit the crime end up beating the case?
It don't make any sense.
At the end of the day, it really comes down to your money and what lawyer and your lawyer connections have. Because that's really what it comes down to.
And then I need y'all to also let us know, like, how do y'all feel about it? Do y'all feel like Durk got lucky with this whole situation? Do you feel like he there's something bigger coming along in the future for Durk, like a bigger case?
Speaking of something bigger coming along.
Oh Lord, he been waiting on this, Michael. As soon as this dropped,
because this reminded me of myself a little bit. This reminded me when I popped up on campus.
Oh Lord.
And then all the fraternities started getting mad.
Why?
Well, you'll find out why right now.
Oh my God! Looks like
for the same reason. Let's hear what he has to say.
Charlamagne reveals Kanye West called him screaming about Pete Davidson's 10-inch ding dong.
Kanye got into an argument. He called me last November. He's basically trying to get me on board to shit on somebody he knows is my friend, Pete Davidson. He's like, we gotta save the new Marilyn Monroe. Talking about Kim. And I'm like, yo, you know Pete is my friend, right? So he's going on. And then finally he goes, my wife is out here fucking a white boy with a 10-inch penis and you won't help me? My wife is out here fucking a white boy with a 10-inch penis and you telling me that's your friend? What you supposed to be culture? He's screaming on the phone.
Some help.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
Entertaining. Hilarious. What am I supposed to do but laugh at that?
I'm gonna walk out the goddamn.
So I want you.
You just proved my point that you argued with me about.
I
feel like Kanye right now.
Wait a minute.
I feel like Kanye.
I don't know if this was last year when I did this donkey of the day or earlier this year, but I say to him, don't make me tell everybody why you really mad. And there was articles and people was kind of knew what I was referencing.
That's hilarious.
That's what they used to say when I come out.
No.
I came out on campus.
No.
Whenever I was walking through campus, they'd be like, "There's that dude with the 10, with the Subway footlong." I gotta watch what we're saying. We're trying not to get this episode taken down.
No, but really, and you know the girl. So it's a girl that we hung around with that used to have a boyfriend that I messed with, and she wasn't black.
Yeah.
And then he found out that I was messing with her. He was like, oh, you're messing with this guy? You're messing with this guy? Oh, how you know him? Oh, does he have a big what's it called? You messing with because he has a big what's it called? And then she's like, she couldn't even answer the question. Like, she just bust out laughing because it was just so funny because that's all he cared about. He's like, you only messing with him because he's black and he has this. And I was like, wow.
And here at Tales from the Crib, on this side of the host table that I don't kiss and tell. But on that side of the table, you're going to end up on an episode. So you better watch out on your dealings on this show.
Yeah, I mean, they signed the NDA. I don't sign the NDA. I can say whatever I want.
They don't sign nothing. Bill Cosby.
But do you think this is the real reason why Kanye West is upset?
No, I think he's just upset because he lost his family and that he's crazy. And that, he's mentally unstable. And I actually watched... what's the late night show?
What's going on with him? Have you heard what's going on with him today about how he's losing like all these deals? He lost like his Balenciaga deal and.
Oh yeah, because on Drink Champs he said a bunch of anti-Semite comments.
It was going crazy.
Yeah, and so he's getting removed from everything. They said not today, Kanye.
But is he really losing money? Because now that if you take him out of all his contracts, if he does something, it's still gonna blow. If he drops some shoes, still gonna wear it. If you drop another flashing lights,
Comment below if you wear Yeezys Does that mean is that like wearing the Trump hat? Is that the same thing? Because one of our friends of the podcast, he loves Yeezys, and I was like, oh, I always give him a hard time. I was like, oh, look, you're wearing the Trump supporter ones, and he's like, no, I'm not.
I think even Donald Trump said he went too far.
That's bad.
When Donald Trump says you went
And
too far,
Mr. Grab him by the P said you went too far. You've gone way too far.
True. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, hopefully, I don't think he even wants Kim Kardashian. I think he just doesn't want Pete Davidson messing with him.
No, he just can't deal with the Davidson. But you know who else is grabbing for P?
And no comment.
And
This
we
is
got
just,
I
Lord,
don't
we got
even
my
want to be on the
co-host-
screen for
my
this.
co-host's favorite rapper,
No,
Chance
I've
the
never
Rapper.
listened to him a day in
You
my
used to
life.
listen to the coloring book all the time. You used to like Jesse. You heard that new coloring book? And I'd be like, what? I'd be like, hey, that new Jay-Z came out. You was like, forget all that. Nobody cares about that new Jay-Z. That new Chance the Rapper came out.
Nah, I've never been that way.
And he from Chicago? Did you like Chicago rappers?
He's from the suburbs, man. He's like from homeschool. He's from the weird school. And if you're a parent listening right now, do not homeschool your children. Do not send them to private school. They will come out weird. If you want weird children, then homeschool them or send them to private school.
End up like Chance the Rapper. But so it looks like over the weekend, Chance, I guess he was getting a little, risque on Twitter. Because, Twitter is where it goes down.
It goes down.
It goes down, and it's like Yo Gotti said. It goes real down, and you found all types of videos. It's not like Instagram where like you can post a video and they can just.
You sound like you know about this.
Hey man, I got a couple pages.
But it sounds like one of your pages was found, and Chance the Rapper's wife addresses the explicit
Which is sad.
incident.
This is horrible. Like if something happened to you and your wife has to say something about it and you don't say anything about it, you look crazy.
It makes it look true.
It makes it look so true. Like
why is she speaking on it when it involves you?
No. I mean, and what did she end up saying? Like, she better, and when she cleaned it up, it better be something nice. I better hear whistles and bells.
Let's see what she had to say.
Y'all really be reaching. And he's never going to address this, but all I have to say is we were literally at an event all night last night. Not last night, the night before last. Until late. We were celebrating. So sometimes she's on accident. So, all y'all little trolls coming to my page that are getting blocked, y'all can go to hell.
HE double hockey sticks.
Hey, have you been never blocked by a celebrity?
Yeah. Kevin Durant got my original Twitter taken down. So
Who has
Kevin
blocked
Durant.
You know anybody else that blocked you?
A celebrity?
Yeah.
DP on the Beats.
Oh God. Wow.
Because one time he got a new tattoo and it was just like one logo, and he was like, "Oh, look at the logo for my brand," and I'm like, "That's a skateboarding logo. That's from a skateboard company." And I commented, and I was like, "What are you doing trying to rip off the Red Dragon?" And then he was all like, he didn't even he said something dumb, and he was like, "You don't know what you're talking about." And then I went back to respond, and I was blocked.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Because I called him out for stealing art.
And that's crazy, and that's wild. And just like how when Chance the Rapper wife addressed this whole situation, I seen so many people saying, "Oh, we knew he like that. We knew who like that. Look at this girl. She looks
got
like
an
it."
Adam's apple.
She had it was going crazy. Like the disrespect was on an all-time high. And I mean, I don't understand. Like, I understand. I don't care for Chance the Rapper. Why is everybody blowing me up? I don't care what. I mean, I don't really care for Chance the Rapper. I don't really like that type of music. But
you love it. You know, you love the S of rap.
Nah, but it's funny how I remember back in the day, everybody was like, "Oh, Chance the Rapper's a newcomer of Drake. He's gonna be able to replace Drake." And now look at this.
I thought he was like, oh God, who did Pharrell? I thought he was like on that type of music, like the kick push type music.
I can see it. I mean, but at the same time, he only made he made acid rap, he made coloring book, and he made an actual album. I think he made like 3 tapes, and then like he stopped. And the next thing you know, all I'm hearing about is him trying to do political stuff, and his brother. Like he has a brother that sings.
It's weird how some artists will put out like 5 tapes a year, or at least 4 or 5 tapes every 2 years. But you see like people like Chance or Kendrick, and they'll have like 3-4 years between albums. I remember Kendrick toured off Good Kid, Mad City for like 7 years. By the time he made another album, I was like, I don't care anymore, Kendrick. I do not care.
Oh yeah, you're not a real big.
And then it wasn't as good.
Hey, have you noticed that Kendrick Lamar
has gone downhill from his first album?
Have you? Whoa, Kendrick Lamar is fire.
I went from like in like 80% of the CD to like in like 70% to like 50% to like 10%. His like, I think his latest album, I literally liked one song. It was not that good.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like his latest album. It was too much. Too controversial, too much like a relationship stuff, and like he was picking on. But I mean, that's all right. I mean, comment below. How do you feel like it's an L? Is it a double L if your girlfriend has to stand up for you? And he didn't tweet about it. You had a whole PR team. You paid for a PR team, and you got your wife out here making you look like the biggest loser ever. You looking like, honestly, you looking like Tom Brady.
You look like Timon and Pumbaa.
You look like Aaron Rodgers.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next story because it's epic. Would you allow your significant other to go on a trip with their ex? Jada Pinkett says Will and ex-wife Cherie take trips together when she's not there. But it's like family vacations because I think they had multiple kids together, so it's not like, it's like they're going on vacation with their mom and dad, but it's like the new mom isn't allowed.
But at the same time, I'm hearing rumors that the son, his first son, is saying, "Oh, he didn't have a real bond with Will." So the real question is, how much bonding was happening on his family vacations?
It's a lot of bonding, some unforgivable bonding.
I mean, and it's crazy how like, I guess Will. I don't know if Will cheated on his ex-wife with Jada, but I think this is like karma. Like this goes to show you that when you do evil in the world is watching, and energy reciprocation comes back at you. And now look at you, Jada Pinkett Smith out here dreaming about Tupac every day. So every day you out here laying Pete Davidson. She's thinking it's Tupac.
You might as well stop talking there because all those lessons you didn't even learn yourself.
I was cold.
You've been out here being treacherous, living the treacherous life with treacherous ways, and you have no remorse.
I don't have. At least I got more respect for Will Smith than Jada Pinkett. The whole red table talk is about disrespecting Will Smith.
I wouldn't allow that. You know they had the red table talk in my house. On the first episode where she disrespected, I would have flipped that table. And I said,
"This is no table talk."
He's like, Jada, you could take you and your C-list career out of here because before me, you were barely made it on like one movie and like 2 TV shows as a side character. So you need to calm the F down.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, like, it's like every week it's let's find a new way. No. Every week it's like, okay, they did a production meeting. They're like, okay, so what are we going to talk about? Oh, what? They put a ranch in the plastic. They turn all the frogs this way. Oh, they trying to hypnotize our students? No, that's disrespect Will.
What ranch has plastic? What are you talking about?
That's what they been talking about. Ranch has plastic
That's
in it.
why I don't eat ranch. I don't believe in eating plastic. I saw a study that actually said that a lot of white rice is just plastic.
There's a lot. It's a lot of bad stuff.
So you better
going
watch
on.
yourself, people.
And you better watch yourself for girls like Jada Pinkett Smith before she have a red table talk about you and bring your ex-wife.
Let's watch the clip.
You guys really enjoy each other. You guys really enjoy each other.
Does that ever get under your skin? Like, wait a minute, because it's like
never. They take trips.
Cap.
I'm not there. Yeah. They do their
Cause you were August.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that to the viewers.
Well, yes. I'm not saying that. I know.
Not together romantically.
Not together romantically,
yes.
but like if he's going on a book tour and his mom is going and his sister, and it's fun for me to watch them enjoy each other.
Oh, she did that.
Like, bitch, it's fake. You fake.
Dang,
you fake.
I said I had an itch.
Oh, you about to say I saved your life. And then I understand you trying to be the bigger person, but that's crazy. You allow
there ain't no fun being the bigger person. You know what's fun is chopping people down till they're at your level. That's what's fun.
Oh Lord, my God.
Someone takes the high road, you chop them down till you make them take the low road. This is a high road free zone.
I mean, and then what would you say if you had a wife that had a kid? Calm down. You had a wife that had a kid. Let me land. She asks you to go on a trip with with the child's father.
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
I always say you can go on that trip, and when you come back, Your bags will be at the front door. Get the F out of my
Emotional
house.
damage.
Nah, I ain't going out like that. No sucker stuff.
I really
over
don't.
there.
I mean, like besides her, I don't know anybody unless you don't care about. Listen, like
No real respected woman would allow this, and no man would actually do this, because if you actually really cared about your woman, you know that they ain't gonna be cool with this no matter what they say. This is why Will and Jada are in the predicament that they already are in. This is like when Will was having fun at the Grammys. And then he looked at over there at Terminator 3, and she gave him the codes. She said, "Activate Will," and then Will went up there and slapped the heck out of Chris Rock.
sent him to another dimension.
Slapped him to the next dimension.
Oh Lord,
we ain't heard from Chris Rock since.
That's disrespectful, but I mean, hopefully, I'm just ready for this to be. Oh, and she writing a book. It's like she just like Will Smith.
She woke up and is like, I just hate my husband. I'm gonna do everything in my power to ruin his life.
And it's just sad. Like, he's such a nice guy, but I mean, I guess you gotta watch who you marry.
What's your favorite Will Smith movie?
Independence. No, Wild Wild West.
Going straight to the Wild Wild West. I don't know why that people hated on that. You do Thriller, the Wild Wild West?
Didn't they do Thriller and Wild Wild West?
Nah, it's not that wild. But speaking of thrillers, let's go ahead and jump into the next topic.
Now, this is my part. I told my co-host, yeah, that FNF song fire, but the real question is, who own it? And it looks like we into that problem right now. Looks like Gorilla says Hit Kid is turning on her over money. He wants to make it. He wants to make it like he created me, and that's not what it is. So it looks like Hit Kid went to Twitter, and I'm going too fast. Gorilla, Hit Kid are from Memphis. If you didn't know, FNF had the FNF song that everybody loves, and majority of those girls that Gorilla has in their
were in a group.
They're all in the group. Like you got K Carbon, the Gloss Up girl who got signed to QC, K Carbon who got signed to Pooh Shiesty.
My co-host knows all the girl groups.
I actually do. I actually support women rapping less.
I'm Glorilla's #1 fan. What
You probably is, but I mean, like they have the whole group that's going on, and I guess Gorilla was the first one to pop off. So I guess Hit Kid goes to Twitter and says, so basically these folks are trying to take me to court over FNF because they want to own the song, but they want to own the song to put it on the EP, which both parties knew. So tell me how you gonna put FNF in your contract without telling me.
It's just what it is. It's like people have disputes on business, and the thing is they probably didn't think the song was gonna be this successful, so they didn't have it really set up correctly to kind of distribute when the song is that successful. So that this stuff's gonna happen, but let's go ahead and watch the clip.
Like, this is the problem. He want everything I do. Yeah. He want to make it like he created me, and that's not what it is. Like I said, you could have gave that beat to anybody. Nobody was gonna make FNF but me. I was the only person that was gonna make FNF. So stop acting like you discovered me. I gave Nikki credit on multiple occasions. He's a great producer. He just do fuck shit. Like, and I was getting mad. Like, I swear to God, I cried about this shit before. Come, like, you talked about how people fucked you out of deals, and you trying to do me the same way.
Slamming the dude.
Like, we was cool before all this shit.
Come on,
and now
Nikki.
you like this money and shit making you turn on me. Like, you not trying to give me no percentage of the song. They lying on her like they trying to do 50-50 and they not. So it was crazy. Like, I never brought the shit to the internet though. Like, the man been on fuck shit since the first week it blew with Sweetie. The first day he signed it and didn't tell me he signed it. And now he all the label means with me knowing he signed it. So what the fuck?
So, but what I don't understand, what I understand is like, if you're saying, oh, I didn't have, you over here acting like I don't got 50% of the, you acting like, oh, you gave me 50% of the song, but if they didn't give you 50% of the song, then how'd you sell the song? Like, how do you sign a contract that, oh, I'm gonna give you rights to this song if you knew that you didn't have 50%? So if you're saying you had 0%, how do you feel like you have the right to say you can take this song when you sign me?
It's just typical music drama. It's like what we're seeing with QC and Offset, correct?
Yeah, and they said this actually happened with Pierre Bourne and the one that did the song with
Pierre.
with Lil Yachty, and then he actually did a song with 6ix9ine, the Fifi and all that stuff. And then he didn't want, like, at one point when everybody's like they're not messing with 6ix9ine, he was like he didn't want to promote it no more, and they was like, oh no, you finna give us this song, and he was like, no, I'm not, and it was like, oh, we finna blackball you, and he just gave it to him. Because they said, like, what usually happens is, even though everybody's separate, like Sony, Def Jam, like, even though all of them separate, just like with the whole Little Pump situation, like, you know, Little Pump got the money.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, he said, oh, he got the record label, but then he ended up going back to that same record label because nobody else was going to sign him. Because it's like, nah, you ain't doing this.
I saw Lil Pump was trying to make a comeback.
Yeah,
he was doing, like,
out.
weird stuff where he, like,
By the Porsche.
parked his Lamborghini by the pool, and then he jumped out directly into the pool. It's like,
It was
I don't think that's it.
It was like one of them things. Like he had that. Then he had another video, like him breaking up a car, like smacking the car with a sledgehammer.
Oh yeah, he bought a Porsche to trash
It's
it.
like, you know, you went to pick and pull, you picked up a Porsche body and just like smashed it. But
Yeah, because that thing didn't look fresh. It didn't even look drivable.
True.
And it didn't look like he had been beaten on it that long to make it like look that way.
You go to the next one. But I mean, with this whole situation, with the whole
You better
girl,
watch out before I pull your mummy strings.
and like, it looks like here it's like he said, I told you and your manager every day that when we was in LA with Sweetie that the labels are gonna sign you because of FNF. So watch out. I also told you to let me know when labels reach out so we can be on the same page. But you still went and signed my song without telling me.
This is messed up. This reminds me of when someone I worked with was messed up earlier today. Like, we were supposed to have tacos before the podcast. And my co-host goes, I'm ready to record now. I already put on my mummy suit. I can't be making tacos in my mummy suit.
I can't.
And I was like, disrespect. You promised tacos, and then you don't want to make the tacos. We're going to give you the front hand, back hand.
And then with this whole situation, they supposedly, Hit Kid is saying they did a 50-50 deal. He owns 50% of the song. She owns 50% of the song. And supposedly
He sold part of his 50%.
Yeah, he didn't sell it. He used part of it to own, like, get like $50K, but he didn't like sell. He licensed it, like let him rent it out. So he still owns the song. So basically, this is like the whole Megan Thee Stallion situation, but the baby version. Like, Carl Crawford helped Megan and gave her a whole start and gave her a whole bunch of money to do her music, and now she's like signed with the big labels and she's trying to get away from him. She's trying to do the same thing. But I really don't blame him at the end of the day because this is all he really has at FNF. I mean, this is all he really has to Gorilla.
He has
The other girls.
He has that, but he's a good beat producer. Like, he makes fire beats.
Yeah, he does.
They've had a few songs where they're all made by him, and
Like
they were good.
Like the whole Shibuya song, that Shibuya song we saw, and supposedly Gorilla had a verse on that. And the reason why she wasn't in the song was because this whole like situation, and like Gorilla's going around telling everybody, "Oh yeah, I didn't make no money off the FNF song. I'm not making any money." But
you got some mummy dust on you.
Well, my favorite. So it's like at the same time, like the fact that you can't, when you sue somebody, they freeze the whole account, so nobody's getting money off the FNF
until it gets decided.
So that's what she's waiting for.
It's like YouTube. Whenever they escrow our videos, because they're like, we're going to hold on to the money until we decide that this video is original enough or not. But I think they'll figure it out. There's no reason that they can't come to agreement because they need to let the paper flow. You don't need to dam up the paper. You need to let the paper flow.
I mean, speaking
like a
of
waterfall.
I mean, it's hard to let the paper flow when you in Memphis and there's only two rappers that you can choose from, either Young Dolph, R.I.P. the GOAT, and Yo
Gorilla
Gotti.
is signed to Yo Gotti, but we saw all her tweets. She was an avid Young Dolph supporter.
Big facts.
And said Gotti would never be good as Dolph any day of the week. So it's pretty funny, but she's still signed with Gotti, even though she hates him.
Mm-hmm. And then, like,
I support her
do we have
because
more
that's pretty cool.
What else he tweeted about this? He tweeted one more thing, and then also more from Hit Kid said, "I did my best to protect you and the girls. This is only a portion of what I've been through. I'm bringing light to this before word gets out. Like I'm the bad guy. I'm a stand-up guy, and I stand on business and morals."
Yeah, he breaks down the deal and also calls out Gotti for trying to take credit away from him. And basically, she doesn't own the song, never will. Why does everything from Memphis need to go through CMG? Because CMG's a bunch of busters.
True. Why does everything have to go through CMG? I mean, like, wouldn't you want to see another black man prosper? And like I said earlier, this is the only time like Kid they married they signed Gorilla for $600K. So what he's trying to do, and also she's saying like, oh, you just mad because you want to sign me, but you want to sign me for $0, and you keep asking me to be in a group, and she doesn't want to be in a group, and like he's like, well, I'm helping promoting you, and like these your friends, so why don't you want to help them out? Which is messed up. I mean, like, with you doing all this stuff, and his kid just wants a little paycheck. Like, just get a man like $200K and just let him be on his way. Like, you gonna make your money.
Yeah. I think they'll figure this out, and I think Glow's gonna get her money, and Hit Kid and her need to just have a sit down.
But imagine if they don't. Imagine, like, let's say, imagine they don't get this resolved, and now you, Yo Gotti, you gave this girl $600K to sign her, and you signed up for her and the FNF, and you can't get FNF.
Well, if you truly believed in her, then you would believe that she'll have another hit song.
Do you think he believes in her?
And it's not just a beat person that made her big.
True. I mean, I understand that, but at the same time, like I
believe in her. I believe she'll have another hit. She's had another. She's like had a handful of semi hits. No other song had reached that level, but she's probably had already like 3 or 4 songs that have done pretty well.
I mean, right now, what's your Gotti track record? How many artists has he signed that blew in that flop?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't. Most of his artists do good,
except for I remember like 1, 2
ESTG. He has Moneybag Yo.
ESTG, Moneybag Yo, Black Youngster. He has R.I.P. Snooty Wild. You know, I'm in love. Snooty Wild. He made the. I think he made a song. I forgot a song.
I don't remember.
But he just passed. Snooty Wild passed. Then you have the landlord,
Zedzilla ain't been a part of this since like 2013. But if Zedzilla, if you're still around and kicking it, comment below because we loved your music.
Hey man, and comment below on this next topic because it looks like justice is served. Justice is served. Looks like hacker who stole and sold Lil Uzi Vert songs has been arrested for 18 months, a year and a half. He made at least $148,000 his own record for selling the songs. He hacked 89. That's a lot of rappers.
Yeah, so he was like the OG LimeWire. But, he made all that money and he couldn't get some Proactive. What's going on there?
You looking like what's that?
Greg
Patty? Patty.
Supreme Patty.
You look like Supreme Patty.
Supreme.
Oh Lord,
Patty.
That's funny. But I mean, and it heard like it's real easy to get these songs. So either he hacked it or he worked for.
He hacked it.
He hacked it.
He's a full blown hacker.
So how do you hack somebody's? Like,
if you're good enough at hacking, you can hack someone's system like from your own home.
True. I mean, and then on top of that, I wonder, have you heard any of these leaked songs or these songs?
I'm not a super fan of Uzi. I really like Uzi, so no shade on him. But I'm not a super fan to try to track down unreleased songs. The only songs that I used to try to track down was all the Chief Keef songs because he was notorious for doing snippets of songs on Vine and Instagram, and then them never coming out for forever. Like he still has songs from like 2013 where people put all the snippets together, so you can kind of hear a semi version of the song, but it sounds like trash.
And then who buys an unreleased song? Like, what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna just keep it for yourself? And like, oh yeah.
That's why I don't understand how he made money unless it's just like the private collectors. Like, hey, I got these 70 Uzi songs that he's never released. I'll send you the whole file for $5K or whatever. Because I don't imagine, because if you put it on a website and it gets a bunch of downloads, I don't think you get paid off of it.
True. I mean, like, and then I don't like. What else can you do besides like steal the words that he stole and try to rap it? But imagine you pay $5K, 5 bands for a Lil Uzi unreleased song. You take all the words, you rap it, and you barely get 100 views.
That would be it because you're not Uzi. Uzi's Uzi.
That's crazy. Everybody can't be P Diddy.
But you know what they can be?
What?
They can be The Rock. And we want to shout out Kevin Hart for dressing up as The Rock for Halloween. And it will be forever hilarious. But let's go ahead and watch the clip.
Halloween! All right, bye guys.
Trick or treat.
Oh my God.
Why are you dressed like that?
Because it's my costume. All you gotta do is go to the costume store and say, make me look stupid.
Don't stand like that.
Well,
that's the
that's how you
problem.
stood.
That's not how I stand. I
This
didn't
is
stand like
exactly
that. I
what you
stand. Look, what do you want?
You can't say you giving out the good stuff.
I am giving out the good stuff. I'm not giving it to you.
I said trick or treat.
Okay. You want some candy?
Yes.
Oh, hey, you want the king-size candy?
Yeah.
No, you don't get that at all. Here's what you get. It's bite-sized, tiny, mini, like you.
I don't want that.
Put this in your fanny pack.
Maybe next year you don't try to save money on your decorations around here. Hey, kids! Dwayne The Rock Johnson is giving out raisins and pennies. This sucks.
Okay.
Stupid
Yes.
house.
Okay. Hey, Kevin!
He beat the heck out of that dummy. That's crazy. I don't know if you've ever been trick or treating, but yeah, it's always better to go to the house with the full size candy bars. Them little bite sized ones do not cut it. Let me know. Are y'all excited for Halloween? Are you ready to go? Are you gonna take the kiddos if you have kiddos out? Are you gonna do an early Halloween? Because I remember back in the day. I don't know about you, co-host, but I remember back in the day that me and my friends used to go, and I would just take a pillowcase, and we would go for hours. I mean, we would be out way past dark. It seems like most trick-or-treaters now stop trick-or-treating like 30 minutes after dark. It's pretty weak.
Most trick-or-treaters don't even trick-or-treat on Halloween anymore. They trick-or-treat on a Friday and they go to the mall. Like, they ain't real trick-or-treating.
Yeah, I've even seen where neighborhoods do that. Like, for the betterment of the community, we're going to do trick-or-treating on the 29th or whatever, just to do it on the weekend.
That's Halloween. That's whack. Like, where's the fun at? Where's the fun in trying to eat all the candy and hoping to pray to God that Mr. Love Butt didn't prick it with the special juices?
If you're one of those cheap houses that don't pass out candy, shame on you. Because like I've seen.
Have you ever egged the house before?
Yeah. But I've seen where like I've driven by like my sister's neighborhood, and you've seen like half the houses just have their light turned off because they're like, we're not doing anything, and that's messed up. I remember back in the day when I was trick-or-treating as a kid in elementary, the whole neighborhood do it. There would be like 3 houses in the whole neighborhood that didn't participate. So y'all know, stop being little jerks. You can go to the store and get some freaking candy for the children's.
I think this year I want to get a garbage can and just fill it up with candy.
You know what I got you for Halloween?
What?
This package.
Oh, I don't want none of that. Wait, what? Colombian soccer player flashes cucumber to opposing players in attempt to distract him from scoring. And guess what, guys?
It was like free throws, where people try to throw a towel or lift their arms up real quick to make a miss. He lifted something out.
Hey, and it worked. I guess the person that's throwing the ball in likes to play with more balls than soccer.
This is why I don't support soccer. If you heard me in the beginning of the episode, soccer is a trash sport. It's basically not a real sport. And this is
hard.
This is in more ways than one. And that seems to be the reason that it's the world sport and why it's my co-host's favorite sport.
But I mean, at the same time, I can see why soccer players probably laugh at football players because at least they don't.
No, they don't laugh because if they laugh, they would get.
But I mean,
they would get knocked the F out.
But at the same time, they're not like in soccer games. They're not piling up. Like it's no big piling. You gotta like watch out for people trying to stick their fingers places they don't belong.
No, in soccer, there's a whole bunch of flopping. They're not real men that know how to take real hits. So that's the difference in soccer. And that's like a lot of times in basketball. If you're ever a football player and you go play basketball with basketball players, it is hilarious because you barely touch them and they're like, hey, this is basketball. This isn't football, And it's like, oh, you're going to be in for a rough night because never mind.
I wonder if he got fined for this.
They said he got away with it. So
hey,
I swear, if we're playing basketball and I'm shooting a free throw because my co-host is a habitual fouler.
You broke my Apple Watch.
Because you were fouling. If you tried this tactic, you're going to lose more than your Apple Watch. So you better watch the F out.
And I need y'all to comment below, like, what was the craziest thing that you saw or heard happen at a soccer game that distracted the people from scoring?
Oh, I thought just craziest thing. I seen where the stands have collapsed.
Oh yeah,
I wasn't there, but I saw it on like YouTube.
I remember when I used to work at the Scorpion Stadium, and then they were like, "Oh, Jesse, like today."
When you were the mascot?
No, when I was working on the barbecue grill, it was horrible. Yeah, it was so much salmonella poison. I bet.
It's
Ain't
like
nobody go to work the next day.
that's just wrong. Oh, but do you have any other words to ask to the soccer debacle?
Debacle. I mean, hopefully America brings it on to our side. We start flashing our ding dongs and getting the way we want. Hey, who would have known?
No one wants to see those bite-sized Twinkies.
Maybe you flash your ding dong and you get extra sauce from McDonald's and they won't charge you 25 cents.
You're going to get banned from McDonald's like all the other homeless people.
Like Kanye West got
You're going to
banned.
be out there flashing ding-dongs in your mummy costume, and they're like, this isn't what we were talking about when you're talking about the McBoo. But let's go ahead, and you know what made me go crazy is my boy Charles Barkley getting that money he deserves. 10-year contract worth $200 million plus.
Hey.
He's getting all the money, getting all the cheddar, and this was super surprising because I heard he was going to retire within the next 3 years, and it looks like Charles is here to stay because they wrote that check.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Charles stay because, Shaq and Charles, that duo is unbeatable. Like, they just stay picking on each other. And then the fact that, Charles Barkley was a son, and back in the day, they weren't really making that much money. And now to see that, now he getting that check he deserved.
Yeah, he's getting the money that he should have got for his whole career. So shout out Charles Barkley. We'll be watching you on TNT. I think they're normally on Tuesday and Thursdays with the NBA, but the NBA is back. And speaking of the NBA being back,
looks like main news. Looks like the Eastern Conference is the only thing that keeps me up par. Because right now,
keeps you what?
Keeps me happy.
Oh, I thought you said keeps you up at night.
So I guess the only team that's actually doing good is my Celtics.
They're 3-1. They're doing all right.
They better than the Bucks.
Bucks are 2-0. They're undefeated.
They ain't playing enough games. They finna lose.
But let's go ahead, and we got all the teams listed in the East. We're going to give our top 2 picks. We will have a NBA intro to season video. We're going to start TFTC Sports here on Tales from the Crib, so be looking out. We're going to do a lot of NBA coverage. We're going to do some NFL coverage from here or there, and let us know if there's any other sports you want us to check out, and we could do a deep dive into that. But I'm going to go ahead and pick my top 2 teams in the East. I'm going to go with Milwaukee
and Cavs
and Cleveland.
You don't even like the Spider.
Cleveland, this is for you.
I'm going with the Celtics, and I'm going with Miami Heat, of course. You already know.
I didn't even think the Celtics were going to make the playoffs last year, but somehow they won like 30 out of their last 40 games, and they went all the way to the finals with that hot streak. Because at the first half of the season, they were actually a below 500 team. I don't know if they'll be that bad this start of the season, but with Udoka being McNasty, he's going to be away from the team. So we'll see how they handle having a new coach. And Brooklyn, they're already not looking that great. I mean, Zion beat him up in the post and made him like it. But who is your top 2 picks in the East?
I got Boston, Miami.
Oh, that's it? Mm-hmm. You're going to elaborate? You think Boston's going to, with all that talent, going to come back?
First off, I don't understand why you keep disrespecting Jason Tatum. You know how many 50-point games he got in the playoffs?
I don't know, but what I do know is that every stat that you bring up about Jason Tatum, Luka's probably done that a few more times. So Jason Tatum is not on Luka the Don's level. He will never be as good as Luka. Jason Tatum, let's go ahead and label him now the poor man's Luka Doncic.
Oh my God, man. Comment below if you feel like my co-host is a Jason Tatum Boston Celtics hater. Because
I hate Boston. I hate Massachusetts.
I hate Tom Brady.
I hate clam chowder. I hate the Patriots. I hate the Boston Bruins. And I also hate the Boston Red Sox because I'm a Yankee fan, baby. And so Boston, anytime there's bad news in Boston, I have a party.
The only thing you respect out of Boston is Mark Wahlberg.
No, Larry Bird. I don't even respect Mark Wahlberg because that's back when the Celtics were decent. But I don't really like Boston. It seems like a little bit too colonial for me.
Uh-huh.
Too old for me. But we're going to go ahead and jump to the best, which is the West. And give our thoughts on the drowning Lakers.
Portland's undefeated. What? So Portland's undefeated, and they've been talking down like, oh, the Lakers lost to a trash team, but they undefeated. They lived the truth.
Yeah, but I don't think that Portland is going to be a
They
playoff
didn't-
team.
Real talk. I wouldn't be surprised if the
They make
Lakers.
the play-in?
No, I don't want to be surprised if they flip it on everybody and instead of trading Russell Westbrook, Brian Westbrook. I keep saying Brian Westbrook.
It's almost as bad as
Tragic Baldwin.
Tragic Baldwin.
Or Kim. What's it called?
R.I.P. Tragic Baldwin.
What I said about the Kardashians?
Hmm.
When I typed in the Kardashians on the title.
Oh, I don't know, man.
How do I spell it?
Oh, Kardashian.
Kardashian.
Shout out the Kardashians.
No, but I mean, wouldn't be surprised if instead of trading Westbrook, they trade 80? Because they really
I actually heard
AD.
they're gonna trade. I got to update. I got to update that the Lakers are looking to trade Russell Westbrook to the Utah Jazz for a package including Jordan Clarkson, Rudy Gay, and maybe one more player. Put it in the comments. I'm forgetting
That's
one player.
trash. That's not gonna do nothing.
Rudy Gay is great. He's a
He's
solid
like
bench
50
player.
years old.
He's better than freaking Toscano Anderson's bum self. He'll take his minutes, and then Jordan Clarkson, shout out SA.
Yeah, he's pretty
from
nice.
here.
He's nice.
But he would be really good off their bench and actually give them some shooting, which they don't have at all.
True that. I mean, I would do that, but I mean at the same time,
There
yeah,
was
they
one
got
other-
Dennis Schroeder too, and I heard they trying to get Terry Rozier.
Yeah, they might try to get Terry Rozier from
Scary
Charlotte.
Terry.
Scary Terry. I love Terry Rozier. He's one of my favorite players. He's super entertaining to watch, and I think that would be a good move if the Lakers got Scary Terry. But I forgot there was one other half decent player in that Utah deal. I'm just having a brain fart, so I can't remember. But the Lakers are 25 from 118 from 3, and they need to sign me. I mean, I can shoot better than their three
I mean,
pointers.
it is
My
some-
co-host has seen it. You know, I've hit him with the in and out dribble and drilled it right in his face. And you know, this is
My
something that
co-host
the
is trash.
Lakers need.
I mean, their Lakers are looking for help. I remember what I seen. I think they had a help wanted sign on Craigslist.
They did, but you know what else was on Craigslist?
What?
My boy Paul Pierce. It looks like his homies that wasn't really his homies, but ours homies.
Real friends.
Got him a cake of the day that he got fired for Instagram and freak natty nasty stuff. It says, Monica, come through. Happy birthday.
I mean, at the same time, when you rich and you balling, it's your birthday. ESPN shouldn't hate on that. They should understand. This happens when you rich.
LeBron, you need to hit me up on Twitter at Papa Block. I'll come play for y'all. I'll come hit some threes. I'll be the JJ Redick of the Lakers.
I mean, you know, after they see your Twitter profile, see these new pictures you posting, I don't think they're gonna want you on the Lakers.
I don't post no pictures like that.
Hey.
You can find my co-host at Only Bros. But
Speaking of Only Bros.
speaking of Only Bros, my co-host sent me this picture and he had such glee in his eyes. I had to share it with the rest of the world. But we got Jason Momoa getting his flex on while he's fishing, and he goes, "Have you seen the Momoa fishing video? We were gonna show you the video, but it didn't pause it like this, baby." My
This is
co-host
crazy.
likes Jason Momoa.
I don't even
fully
like fishing.
caked out.
I don't even like fishing.
You said that you would eat that fish. You would eat that
Pause.
tuna.
What was he in? What movie he played in? Was he Thor or was he Aquaman?
Disrespect. He's Aquaman, man. He's DC. He's over there with Batman and Superman. Oh, shout out my co-host. He doesn't know what side that Batman's on. He's like, he's Marvel, right? Why is he not on a T-shirt?
I still don't understand. Like, how do you know? Like, what is the difference between Marvel? Like, how do you tell?
It's
Oh,
the
these are Marvels.
creators. You got to know the art style
Was Steven
and
Spielberg?
the history.
Steven Spielberg?
He's
No.
a director.
What's his name that did the Marvel?
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, and then who did DC?
Some people that weren't as talented. I'm not a DC fan. No, but I never really cared.
What's X-Men?
Marvel. I never was a DC fan. I've never cared for DC.
Green Lantern?
Marvel. That's what I'm saying. It's like all Marvel. If you like, they only literally have Batman and Superman and like the Flash.
Okay,
And,
Batman, Superman, the Flash,
Aquaman
Wonder Woman,
and Wonder
What's
Woman.
Captain America? Is he on both?
Marvel.
Golly. Okay, I remember Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. I don't remember if he. That's a
The X-Men.
No, Green Arrow. I don't remember. I don't remember if he's a like a variation of the Green
Fantastic
Lantern.
Four?
That's Marvel.
Golly.
The Hulk, Thor, Iron Man.
What's on DC?
That's what I'm saying. Batman, Superman. You better look it up. But while he's looking it up, we're gonna go ahead and get into.
Hold on, wait.
Music time. No, he can still bring that up.
Batman, Superman, Lex Luthor, Black Adam. Hey, check out that Black Adam movie. I
We're
heard that
gonna
Black
go
Adam
see
movie
that.
was
We
fire.
haven't seen it.
Green Arrow, Green Lantern. What did I say? Green Lantern?
You said Green Arrow. So
Green Arrow and Green
Arrow,
Lantern.
yeah, is
The
DC.
Flash, the Joker. So how is the Joker DC? But Batman is DC. I'm tripping. Harley Quinn.
Wait, they said Green Lantern's DC?
Yeah.
I thought he was Marvel. My bad, y'all.
Beast Boy, Bizarro, Deadshot, Hawkman. Like I guess all the people that just sound crazy, man.
It's like they're the Hill Country Farm brand of superheroes.
Oh, you see, it's Max Lord, Max Payne.
But like, yeah, DC is really like Batman and Superman and
What's Spawn?
Wonder Woman. I don't. Spawn isn't really a part of that. Spawn is more of its own thing. It's like McFarlane. But I think that they made Marvel Spawn comics. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I think technically Spawn kind of falls on the Marvel side.
Forget all that, man. It's music week. Music what? Music Tuesday.
New Music Tuesday since
New music
we're late.
of the week.
This is my co-host vetoed our last episode.
I need y'all to check out this song right now. As soon as it's over with, I'm finna play this song. It's RJ, Mr. LA feature Ochi Genesis. Hey, too many. Oh my, I got it. My name OT.
You need
I got a big ass.
you need to calm down, mommy. But we got a bunch of new
That song's
songs. We
fire.
got Nardo Wick. We got Gucci and
My
two,
G
Finesse
Nikes.
2 times.
Fire.
And Mr. T Grizzly himself with another
Hottest rapper out
fire,
of Detroit.
another fire video from his what did he call his CD? Something to like Trenches Tales.
The Trenches tape, the Trench tape, something like that.
Yeah. Check
Stuff
it
from the
out.
Trenches.
It's good. But we got new albums out. We got to go ahead and jump around here. It looks like we got Snowfall. We
Fire.
got Fredo Bang, UNLV. We got Soldier Boy, First to Do It. We got Booka 600. I don't know if I noticed any of the other people, but on the list here, it looks like Gucci Man's got a compilation.
I didn't know that. The Blueface OG Bobby Billion.
Was the Blueface just a song?
No, that's the name of it.
Babyface, right?
Baby Fire. But I mean, like with all these albums that new Gucci 1017 is a compilation track, compilation album. I mean, like it's alright. It's a lot of songs you already heard before, but a couple of new songs with him and Finesse 2 times. And also, if you didn't know, Gucci Mane has another label. It's called 1017. I think a Roadrunner, RR Roadrunner. He signed a whole bunch of like little people. You should check out for that. The new Soulja Boy tape came out. It's alright.
I gave it a few listens to, and I hadn't found a song I like. But Soulja Boy, I always give you a chance. I'm hoping that when I listen to it again later, that there is some songs I like.
Fredo Bangs came out.
I haven't really listened to it.
There's only like 2 songs on that. But besides that,
let's go ahead and jump into your pick.
I picked Jeezy the Snowman. I think it's wintertime. Snow falls. This 17 tracks, out of 17 tracks, I will say I like 5 of them, and which is a lot. Like
that's a terrible percentage.
It's not. I mean, like it's hard. You can like all the songs, and if I like 10 songs out of 17,
I actually heard a lot of people like this. That they said this felt like Jeezy from like 2007.
He has it's like colors. Let me see, like Bruh, Colors, Most Hated. The song with 42 Doug is fire. The song with him and ESCG is fire. That's 5 right there. And then like he has like two slow songs that I wouldn't add to the playlist because it's slow. So it's like 6 or 7 I got. That's decent.
That's decent. Before when you said you had me questioning.
I mean, but it's 4 bangers, like, you know, with that mixed with like he has like 4 bangers, 2 old school songs I like that makes it feel like an old rapper, and like 1 girl chick song.
So is that in the sky? Is that Pookie Low? Is that his symbol? I don't know. I'm not a Jeezy fan.
Oh my god, that's not his cousin Pookie Low. Nah, that's just the Snowman sign. And you know, shout out to DJ Drama. DJ Drama doing a lot.
Because we all know the truth.
You know, DJ Drama got a song. He out here playing both sides. He out here doing songs with Jeezy. He in song videos with Gucci Mane this year and Finesse 2 times. And on top of that, he dropped the Snoop Dogg dropped the tape with him.
And just to put on the record, I've never been a fan. I'm gonna put this on screen. I've never been a fan of Gangsta Grillz.
He didn't even know about Gangsta Grillz.
It is Trapaholics, baby. Real trap shit. I don't even care. We're at the end of the episode.
True that. But I mean, that's my pick. You know, my pick of the week. I need to go check out that new Jeezy. And he got my co-host pick.
We got Buka 600, and it is called Do For Love. And, you know, Buka, he's from 600. Shout out all my 600s. We support anybody that's from 600 here, and we always give them a fair shot. Now, Buka is a little more of an R&B sing-song artist, and, you know, honestly, that's not my vibe. I don't really listen to that music that often, but I always give Buka a shot, and I listen to this album. It's short. It's only 11 songs, but I got like 6-7 songs through, and I'm like, I ain't had to press skip once. This is a fire album. This is a background album. You're chilling with your friends. You're chilling with a nice little friend, I guess you could say. You could put on some Buka 600 when you do for love and make sure that you're ready for love. But I rate this album really good. I'm going to give it another listen, but check out Buka 600. But let's go ahead and wrap up this episode. You need to like, comment, and subscribe. You need to follow me on Twitter at Papa O'Block. Follow my co-host at Felix Supreme.
The sexiest mummy alive. You know you want to wrap me up, eat me like candy.
The rap's gone bad. But, you know, we appreciate you watching the song. We love you if you watch the song. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you're subscribed. Subscribing, like, and commenting is the fastest way, to make the channel grow and to make me the happiest. But Crib Reactions is our channel. We have links in the description for all our other channels. Crib Reactions is blowing up, and we got almost 3,000 subscribers there. Make sure you check out Tales from the Crib on IG. Tales from the Crib 210. There's a QR code. Scan it, and you can stay up to date. Like today, I posted that we were not posting the episode until Tuesday, so that way you know what's going on.
And don't worry, we got more thumbnails. I got some real creative thumbnails coming out, so just watch out. It's gonna be real funny.
You got to watch my co-host and where he puts his thumb.
He's stinky.
Ugh. Nobody likes that. But speaking of not liking that, we need to get out of here.
Hey, and it's
we
working.
need to jump off your screen. But thank you for watching Tales from the Crib. We'll see you every Monday at 9 a.m. except sometimes on Tuesday when things run a little long or we run behind. But we love our audience. We love our fans. We really would like some more comments. So anything you feel like or want to describe, put it down in the comment section below, and let's get the conversation started. But I hope you all have a great October and a happy Halloween. We're going to have some even better costumes next week. But thanks for watching Tales from the Crib, and we'll see you on the next episode.
I'm going to be making a stallion next week.
You don't got them cakes.